Well, good day everybody and welcome back to Survival NS. Well, as you can see here, it is a wonderful March day out here in Eastern Canada. However, that's not the reason why we're here today. If you caught my last video where I tested out the Olympian Wave heater in my van in a winter environment, you would have seen how great that heater performed in my van. And if you're one of those van life folks out there, or if you're an RV dweller, then you're going to want to check out the Olympian Wave series heaters from Camco. However, today I've gotten my hands on a different type of heater. It's not a conventional heater because it requires no electricity, nor does it use any of the conventional liquid fuel types like propane and butane. What it does use, however, is those canned heat sources. And you'll see that in a moment. But it is touted as an off-grid heater for those situations when you have a power outage or a grid down situation. But I have seen people on YouTube use it in their vans in a winter environment with great reviews. So I'm really interested to find out whether or not this heater is going to work tonight in my van when the temperatures get down below freezing. So we're going to see how that functions. It's called the Vesta Heater and it's from Instafire. And I have bought other items from Instafire and they've been really good pieces of kit. So I expect this heater to be pretty much the same, but we're going to find out. But right now, let's go inside, we'll unbox it so you can see it for yourself.
I never really know what's going on.
Okay, so here it is, folks. This is the Vesta Heater from Instafire. And the thing about this thing is, like I said, it doesn't use any conventional fuel. What it does use, however, are these chafing like canisters filled with alcohol. And what you do is you light the wick, you place them inside the heater. There is a thermal activated fan in the heater which will turn on as soon as the heat rises and then push the heat out the front, which will also be demonstrated in the test phase later tonight. Now, when you purchase this heater, you also get 3 of these canisters included in the package. And as it says right there, it says it's supposed to last for about 6 hours, and we're going to put that also to the test tonight. Now, a great feature about this heater is that it was designed as an off-grid heater, which means if you live in a winter environment and you have a power outage, then that's probably the type of environment that you're going to want to use this heater. However, I have seen it being used in van life and in RVs as well. All right, enough talking. Let's unbox this thing. Okay, so first off, I can see that it is well protected with some thick styrofoam. You got your instructions in there, and that's pretty much what it looks like in the box. So let's get this thing out. And like I said, you also get those 3 canisters included in the package. So this is what it looks like. You can see it is a very small footprint, so it doesn't take up a lot of space if you've got to put it away someplace. And it comes in 2 parts. You also get a grill, which I will place on here in a second, and you also get a snuffer. So the snuffer is used to put out the flame, and then you can reseal it, and these things can be reused. Now with the grill, place the grill light in there, You use the end of the snuffer, which you can see here as a little hook, and what you do is you hook it on there and you open up the tray. And inside the tray there's room for 3 canisters, and what you want to do, if you're only going to use 1 canister for heat, you put the canister closest to the back so that the heat will rise right under here, under the fan, as you can see there. It'll activate the fan, which then will push the air out the front here. Now, supposedly, once you've got 3 canisters in there, it's supposed to produce enough heat that you can boil water and cook some food on a pan or something by placing it on the grill. And by the way, this thing gets pretty hot after a while, so you really don't want to maneuver this thing with bare hands. Have a pair of gloves on standby. Now what happens is this part of the heater gets hooked in there, just like that. And that's what it looks like fully assembled. Tonight, we're going to use this thing in my van and see exactly how efficient this thing really is. And judging by the looks and by the type of fuel it uses, I'm a little bit skeptical on whether or not it's going to heat up 200 square feet. I really have my doubts about that. But anyways, that's what we're here for. We're going to test it out and you're going to see it in real time. Now, if you're looking to get your hands on one of these Vesta heaters from Instafire, you can find them on Amazon.ca or .com. You can also find them on the Instafire website. Now, I purchased this one back in December. It's now the end of January, and I purchased this initially for $229. It is now going for $330. That's how crazy inflation has gotten up here in Canada. It's so bad that people are now receiving pre-declined credit cards in the mail. Write that one down. Now, just a little bit of advice before you run off and get one of these Vesta heaters. Don't do it until you've seen my review so that you can see the test results. I don't want to be responsible for you to getting a bum heater and then blaming me for it. So wait till my test results are completed and then make your informed decision. All right, let me see. What are we gonna? Let me turn on some lights here to make it a little bit more visible before I start. Hopefully, you guys can see me clearly and hear me well. All right, so here we are. It's, let me just check the time here. Okay, right there. If you can see that, it is 10:03 in the evening. And the temperature outdoor right now is -10, and it's -10 inside. If it was any warmer than -10, the indoor temperature on the left would indicate that, but it's not. So the temperature in here is exactly the same as it is outside right now. And the temperature is due to fall to about -17 overnight with the wind chill factor. So it's not going to be warm. However, if you look down here, you can see I've got the Vesta Heater by Instafire ready to go. And full disclosure, I already did this video a couple of nights ago when it was really cold, about -18 out there. However, when I reviewed the video footage, I forgot to turn the friggin' microphone on. Bonehead move of the year. Yeah, so here we go again. Anyways, what I want to say is, do I believe that this Vesta heater is going to change that temperature to any significant warmth in here or turn it into some sort of a tropical island? In my opinion, no, not at these temperatures. And I say that honestly because I just don't see that Vesta heater really driving up the temperature in here. But you know what? I could be proven wrong, so that's why we're here. But as you can see right here, I've got the Olympian Wave 3 also ready to go. should this thing not do its job overnight to keep me warm. So, okay, so here we go. Here's the Vesta heater. Got my 3 canisters here, and I also have the canister lid opener here because these things here, they come super tight. So luckily they also send you this can opener here, and all you do, place it on there. Wow, that was on there pretty tight. All right, let's take that up. Let's open that up. And let me get my lighter. I had to stick my lighter in my jacket to keep it warm so it would work. Okay, there's the first one. You can't see it, but it's on. It's got a blue flame, so it's very difficult to see. But once it gets going, I'll show you guys that it is on. And of course, it goes in the back slot there so that it can activate the thermal fan with the heat once it starts to rise. Okay, so we got all 3 lit. Close her up. Let it do its thing. Okay, the fan just kicked in, so there's a little bit of heat coming in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off for a couple of minutes here, let this thing warm up, and then take a reading here. But before I do, I just want to show you guys that I am fully prepared. As you can see, I got my blackout curtains there. The 2 front windows are cracked for cross ventilation. Down here, you see, I've got my fire blanket, my CO2 smoke alarm detector, and of course, my fire extinguisher. So all precautions have been taken. And as you can see, my bed is ready to go. Now, I have my sleeping bag right there because that's what I'm going to use tonight, because I'm not all too sure that Vesta heater is going to keep me toasty warm. Well, there you go, guys. She's going. And there is quite a bit of heat coming off there. Let me just take a temperature reading on that. Well, as you can see, it's 167 degrees Fahrenheit, the heat coming off of there. But that's right at the source. So back here where I am, it's probably nowhere near that. But just so you guys understand how cold it is in here, it's bloody cold in here. The temperature hasn't even changed yet. It's still minus 10. I don't expect it to change much. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to let this thing run until 2 a.m. I'll get up at 2 a.m. and we'll do a quick review to see what the progress is. And if it hasn't progressed any, the Olympian Wave 3 is coming on, because I'm not spending the entire night in here at minus 10. That's for damn sure. All right, we'll see you guys in a couple hours. Okay, here we are, 2 a.m. Let's see what the difference is. Okay. Well, as you can see, it is 2 a.m. It's been 4 hours. If anything, the temperature has gone down even farther, down to minus 11. So, like I said earlier, my prediction was correct. That Vesta heater isn't going to make a big difference, not even a small difference. So, that Olympian Wave 3, that's coming on, and we'll see you at 4 o'clock and see what a difference is between the Olympian Wave 3 and the Vesta heater. See you then. Well, good morning, everybody. It is just about 6 a.m. Have a look here. Yep, just about 6 a.m. And have a look here. Check this out. It is still minus 11 out there with a wind chill of about minus 16. But look at the interior temperature now. plus 15. And that, my friends, is due to the Olympian Wave 3 after I turned that on at 2 a.m. So within 4 hours, the interior of my van went from minus 11 to plus 15. And I'll tell you something, let's get serious here. This Vesta Heater from Instafire is not that good. I'll tell you. It did absolutely nothing. It didn't even move the yardsticks 1 degree last night from minus 11. And if it wasn't for that, right there, that is my sleeping bag that I was using while I was using the Vesta heater. And if it wasn't for my sleeping bag, that bag there is a minus 30 bag. If it wasn't for that bag, I'd be a human popsicle. Well, it's safe to say that that Vesta heater from Instafire didn't do anything to help me out in my situation in my van to keep me warm overnight. It wasn't until I paired it with my Olympian Wave 3 that the temperature in my van jumped up significantly to keep me warm. So don't waste your money on the Vesta heater from Instafire if you're looking for a heater for your van life or RV. Stick with the Olympian Wave series heaters for that purpose. However, if you're looking for an off-grid heater that requires no electricity and no liquid fuel like propane or butane, then get the heater. That will work well in your house. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really does help my channel out. So until the next video, stay safe out there, folks. Take care.